Hello all, and welcome back to Operation Goodwood. It is turn 11, July 1941 for the British Commonwealth and Free France. So, yeah, getting a little interesting, guys. Let's see what's going to happen this turn now. So, the British are going to go for long range on yellow, improved factories on white, and advanced artillery on red. Let's see what we can do here. And it's a 10 for red, an 11 for yellow, and a 3 for white. So we were going to finally finish long-range aircraft. And we are going to start, I need to get a roundel for it then, but we'll start advanced artillery on stage 1. And I'll grab, oh, here it is. Let's grab this one for now. And we'll fix it later. Okay. The buys. The British have 33 to spend. They're going to buy 5 infantry, a colonial, a militia, and 2 destroyers. Since we do have improved construction, that's going to help us out a bit there. Okay, the Anzacs, the Far East Command, my bad. The Far East Command are going to finish building the U.S. fleet carrier, and then they're going to save $9. The Anzacs are going to move up their fleet carrier to stage 2 and their battleship to stage 2. That's going to be their $9, and they are out of money. And then the Free French are us going to buy a Foreign Legion. We'll get to that here in a little bit. Okay, we do have a couple battles to do and then a couple non-combat movements to go on then. Okay, so first battle is the sub in P-72 is going to go to P-71 along with the fighter from Sydney, 1, 2, and they're going to attack the TBD in P-70, or destroyer. The destroyer in P-71. That is it on battles on that coast. There are no battles in the Mediterranean. So the rest of the battles are up here. So the seaplane is going to go 1, 2, and try to attack the Russian sub. It's a coastal sub, so it'll probably miss. But we're going to go for it. The 2 infantry and 2 marines in Normandy are going to go to Picardy and attack that lone militia. There is no scrambling going on there. So that is good. And then the strategic bomber is going to grab an airborne in London, go 1, 2, 3, drop him in Alsace-Lorraine. Cannot scramble because there's no units there. And then he's going to fly back 4, 5, 6 and land in southern England. Okay. So I believe that is all the attacks. But before I forget, let's move the British up 3. 1, 2, 3. And Germany down 3. 1, 2, 3. For Alsace-Lorraine. Okay. So now, we got a seaplane versus the coastal sub. So the seaplane is at a 5 with the advanced submarine warfare, and he cannot fire back because it is an airplane. So we have 5 or less. That is a 12. So my ability to hit subs continues to not work. So that was a failure. I figured it would be, but hey, you gotta give it a try. And he'll land back in southern England. Okay. Then we have the 2 infantry and 2 marines versus the militia. So everybody's firing at a 2. So my guys will be red. His militia will be yellow. So 4 on 1. And red got a hit. There's a 2. The militia misses. So the British will take Picardy with no losses. Let's grab one of these guys here. Okay. See if everybody can see that there. Okay, so we already did that one. So the militia is dead, and with that, the coastal artillery is dead, and the narrow crossing is gone. That's the biggest reason I did this risky move, was because I want to get rid of that narrow crossing for ship movement later. Okay, so that is worth $1. So the British will go up to 31, the Germans go back down to 42. Okay, and then the last battle we have over here, I think it's the last battle, is we have a sub and a fighter versus the destroyer. So a sub is 3 with first strike, and the fighter is green. He's on a 6. Sub's yellow. So the fighter hit, the sub missed, so he is dead, but he will get to return on a 4. That is an 11, so that is also a miss. So the Japanese destroyer is gone, and the fighter will go back and land in Sydney, leaving just a sub there in P-71. Okay. I believe that was all the British battles. So, non-combat movement then. I'm just going to take one destroyer here out of port. That way I have my scrambling ability if I want to. The rest of the ships are going to stay in port there in Sydney. Over here, nothing's happened. Okay. The destroyer in I-1 is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 with the major port. And he's going to go in a port into Lower Egypt. The seaplane in Southwest Africa is going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and land in Gibraltar. One of the subs in M2 is going to go 1, 2, and join the TBD over there, leaving a sub and TBD at sea in each one of those zones. The transport in Gibraltar is going to come out. No, we're going to leave that in there. Forget it. We're going to leave the 3 guys. No, we're going to pick up 2 guys and bring them back to Gibraltar and go back in port with the transport. The destroyer in A28 is going to go 1, 2, and he's going to go into port in Gibraltar, joining the rest of the fleet there. The battleship in port in A21 is going to go 1, 2, 3, and go into port in Gibraltar, joining the rest of the fleet down there. Okay. That's done. Okay. The coastal defense ship in A23 is going to go to A11. The ships in port in London, which is the 3 transports, battlecruiser, and 4 heavy cruisers, are going to come out of port, go up to A6. 1 heavy cruiser is going to stay out of port. The rest are going to go into port in northern England. And they are going to pick up they're going to pick up 1 Marine and drop him off in northern England. Sorry, 1 infantry, my bad. 1 infantry, drop him off in northern England. Then everything in London, the 2 Marines, the other strat bomber, the 2 airbornes, the fighter, and the tank, they're all going to move to southern England, leaving behind 2 infantry and a militia in London. Okay. We also, I'm just looking here. 1 infantry in southern England is going to walk to northern England. Okay. I think that is it now. So these guys are actually now all in southern England. Actually, no, the heavy cruisers going in port too. So all the ships that moved up there are in port. So 4 heavy cruisers, a battle cruiser, and 3 transports are all in port there. Okay. I believe that is it for non-combats. I'm looking for green arrows. I don't see any. Hopefully I didn't miss anything that I wanted to do. Okay, so then the buys. The militia is going to Normandy. The colonial, obviously, is going to go down here to Lower Egypt. The 5 infantry, 1 is going to northern England. The other 4 are going to London. Okay. And the 2 destroyers are going to be built at the shipyard in northern England. So one's going in port and the other one's going out to sea. So I have my scramble ability there. Okay. That's it for the British placement of units. The Far East, they finished the U.S. ship, so it's sitting there for them to place on their turn. The Anzacs moved both their ships up a spot, so they're sitting there for their turn. They're on stage 2 now, so nothing to place for them. Okay, so then the Free French. We have 2 attacks. We're going to do our normal convoy raiding of the German line up there. And then, just for fun, we're going to take the infantry in Transjordan and walk them into southern Iraq and take a buck back from the Russians there. I think it's short-lived, but hey, every little bit of money helps, right? So up to 5, down to 55. Okay, I need a French roundel. Need a French roundel. Okay. So then we just got to roll the convoy rating. So the $2 line, the French get a +2. And it's a 5 and a 1, so no damage on that time. So Germany gets to keep all their money this turn. Okay, that's done. That was bad. Okay. I'm just looking to make sure I'm not missing anything. I think that's all I wanted to do. So they're going to place their foreign legion in Syria. And leave everything else the way they have it. So let's collect some money. And then we'll do a quick disposition of forces, know where everything's at. So the French are up to 5 on the IPP chart now. So they're going to collect $5. Free France has $5 for the next turn. Anzacs are down to 6. They lost some territory this turn. And they do not get their bonus. So the Anzacs will have $6 to spend next turn. Far East Command also lost some more territory. They're down to 2. But they have their 2 plus still their $2 bonus. So they are going to collect 4. And they kept 9. So that's going to be 13 for the Far East Command to spend next turn. And then the British are up to 31, but they get the $3 bonus for Gibraltar and Suez, and $2 for no subs on their line. So they are actually going to collect 36 for next turn. 35, 36. Okay. Getting all the things lined up here. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, money should be all good now. IPP chart. Yeah, British is 31. Russia is 55. Germany is 42. That's all the things that should have changed there. Tech chart. Finally finished long-range aircraft. And hit advanced artillery on stage 1, but missed improved factory. So that's where we're at on the tech chart. Disposition of forces. We'll start over in the Pacific and work our way over. So P-71 has a sub. P-71 has a sub. P-63 has the coastal sub still. P-72 has a destroyer. Sydney has 5 infantry and artillery, motorized fighter, and then looks like 2 destroyers, a light cruiser, a heavy cruiser, and a battleship in port. Obviously, it's still 2 militia in New Zealand. No changes in India. So Lower Egypt now has 8 infantry, 6 colonials, 1 militia, 1 foreign legion, and 1 transport and port. Transjordan just has a British militia. Southern Iraq has a French infantry. Syria has a foreign legion and a militia. M6 has a sub and a TBD. M2 has a British sub, TBD, French destroyer at sea. Sardinia has a British infantry. Northern Algeria, no changes, including the destroyer in port. Gibraltar now has 2 battleships, a heavy cruiser, 2 light cruisers, 4 destroyers, 2 light carriers, and a transport in port, along with 7 infantry, a militia, a fighter, and 2 seaplanes. Keep working our way around. Normandy just has 1 British militia left, along with the U.S. troops. Picardy has 2 infantry and 2 marines. Alsace-Lorraine has a British airborne. A-11 has a coastal defense ship. A-6 has a destroyer. London has 6 infantry and a militia. Southern England has 2 militia, a seaplane, 2 tactical bombers, 2 airbornes, a fighter, 2 marines, an infantry, and a infantry. Actually, I'm going to get 2 infantry. I'm not going to walk the guy up there. He's going to stay. So 2 infantry and a tank, medium armor, in Southern England. In Northern England, there are 2 infantry, 2 marines, and a destroyer, 4 heavy cruisers. 4 heavy cruisers, a battle cruiser, and 3 transports in port. Northern England has a mountain infantry. The French sub is still an A5. If I missed anything, guys, please ask. I'm just doing one last picture. I've got everything where I wanted to go. So I am going to make one last change, guys. The guy I picked up from London by the transport, he's just going to walk into Southern England. So there's going to be 3 infantry in Southern England now. And just 1 infantry and 2 militia and all the ships in port in Northern England. Sorry about that. I just rethinking what I'm doing, what I was planning on doing, and trying to make sure I don't make any mistakes. So cool. I think that is it. Any questions, guys, please ask. And we will see everybody next year. Have a good one.